Hi guys, it's John from Bright Wargaming. Just a quick unboxing today because I've discovered a new game. It's Kings of War Armada from Mantic Games. The rule set looks nice and straightforward to play, and the models look absolutely amazing, and I've never done a naval warfighting game before, so this should be fun. So I've decided to jump in with the brand new fleet on the block, which is the Elves. And today we're going to be unboxing a Valandor, which is their extra large ship, which I brought as a bit of a tester before I dive in with a starter box. Alright guys, enjoy. Alright, so let's get this box open. So, we've got a couple of baggies of stuff. We've got base, and we've got a card. Right, so comparing this to cards from other XL ships that I've seen, I think the first thing that springs to mind is its movement is 4 rather than 3. Its nerve and structure points are slightly lower than others, but still pretty good. And it's packing some what appears to be some pretty useful firepower with heavies and lights. So that's it. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's quite handy. Let's have a look at the models because that's what got me excited about this. Right. So it looks like the first bag is the main hull. So this is a trimaran. So that's the main hull, which is nice and sleek and thin. Fits together in 2 pieces. I'm hoping that that seam, when they glue together, is hidden by the outboards. But looking at it, let's look at it in a bit of detail. You can see the level of detail they've managed to get on this, and for a very small scale ship, it's very cool. So the back. This is a lovely cast. So very little cleanup required. Of course, I'll give these a good old scrub with some washing up liquid to get any release agent off. But other than that, they look pretty good, and that's all keyed up nicely to fit the citadel on top, which again just looks fabulous. A little bit of flash at the back, but other than that, pretty happy. Right, let's move those to one side. And let's get the next bag open. So this will be lots of sails armour and the outboards. So 2 outboards, which will fit alongside the main hull, and they join together using the citadel essentially. That looks as though it's going to be really cool. They're really smart. They look nice and straight as well, which is always a nice thing, especially when working with resin. Right, looking at the sails, there's no specific markings on them or anything, they're just sails. They all look pretty good. There's a little bit of cleanup required on there. They look relatively straight, which is nice. Maybe a little bit of bending at the top there needed, but all look like they're going to be a nice easy cleanup. that's the front sail. Yeah, you can see from the shine on them that there's still a good deal of release agent on there, so that'll need a good old scrub before we get the paint on. And then last but not least, these little towers which then go on the citadel. They, what I understand, that one goes at the back, at the back there, so that one there goes at the back, and then the other two go on one side each, on those little lugs there, and they are essentially additional guns. Right, so that's that. I'm going to go and get them put together. And here she is. So no major gizzards with putting her together. All went together nice and well. I think the only bit that frustrated me slightly is that I accidentally snapped off one of the nubbins from the guns, from the light guns down the side. What's really cool is that when you look at the card, down each side she's got 4 heavies and 6 lights, and then down each side she's got 1, 2, 3, 4 heavies and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. At the back she's got 2 lights, 1, 2, and at the front she's got 1 heavy and 1 light. So she's got a heavy just in there and then a light up the top. So I think that's all cool the way that all ties up. But yeah, so that's what I've done. I've kept the sails separate to the main body for painting purposes, but in terms of what I've done, which is maybe slightly different to what they envisaged when they designed this, was that the holes that are there for the mast to go into, what I did was I drilled all the way through, and I've pinned the 2 main sails with a nice big thick bit of pin. I've gone up about 5 or 6 mil into the mast. It's just really careful drilling on both of them, because I was just concerned that just little nub that it came with wouldn't stand up too much. The other benefit that I've come up with from doing it this way is because when you drop them in, they drop through a little bit proud of the base, and that just gives something to key into the base quite nicely. And the reason I've done that is so that when it comes to the base, I've got 2 little holes for the mast to go into, so that when I base it, essentially I can get all the water features all right around the thing. And also the other thing which I've done, which is just how I do my bases, because when I game I transport things around on a metal tray, is just stuck a quick 2mm magnet in. This is 2mm thick MDF, so it just fitted in nice and neatly, so that's in there. So that's her. That super glue's not quite dry yet, so I won't be able to show you what she's like on the base just yet, but if I pop one mast in there and one mast in there, it gives you a feel for what she looks like all up, and then eventually the main sail will go on there like that. So that's quite cool looking, I think. I think that is super smart. I had to do a little bit of resin bending on the masts just to get them to sit parallel to each other, and I think I've got them just about right. So they all sit nice and upright. But other than that, I think that's come out really, really well, and I'm really pleased with that. So I'm looking forward to getting some paint on this, which is what I'm going to do this afternoon to get this all primed up and ready to go. Cool. Anyway, this has just been a quick quick one so that you guys can get a feel for my next project. And hope you've enjoyed it. If you do, wonderful. And I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye.